Rev up your engines!
Mike Corleone says, how many miles does Scotty's wife's Lexus have? Well, I bought it from a customer of mine, and his father died. He didn't want it. It only had 60,000 miles when I got it. Now it's got like 78,000 miles on it. That's the best car we ever bought for $3,000. Those things run forever. You know? I had a customer just buy the same exact car I worked on Thursday. There were two of them. They're exactly the same gold, the same wheels, the same everything. She paid like $5,500, and it had 120,000 miles. So I got a pretty good deal. But those things will run forever. If you're thinking about getting a Lexus, get the 6-cylinder engines because they last a lot longer and they get better gas mileage than the 8s. It's really a big difference in them. The customers I have with older 8s, they all start to get expensive to repair. With the 6s, they don't. Kodiak says, what do you think of the 1996 Suburban? They were great vehicles back in 1996. They were solid, reliable. I got a customer who's still driving his around, and he loves the thing. He has no problems with it, and he gets them all over the place. Now, yes, it is a tremendous gas hog. The gas goes in, the gas goes out the tailpipe. They're just tremendous gas hogs. But they were really well built. Now the modern ones, I see the rear ends go out, I see the transmissions go out, I see the engines burn oil. They're nowhere near the vehicles that they used to be. Back then, they were solid built vehicles. And here in Texas, they don't rust. So, unless you take them to Galveston to the ocean and salt water. So you can get old ones that still have solid frames. You can keep fixing them and driving them. Overwhelming Triumph says, what do you think of the Nissan VG single cam engine? Those are good engines if you take care of them. The thing that people don't comprehend about engines is now they add more and more cams than originally they had one. The extra cams are to get extra horsepower or to burn more efficiently and have more valves. Okay, when I was a kid, if you had a 4-cylinder engine, it had 8 valves, an intake and an exhaust valve for each cylinder, so that's 8. Now they have 16, 2 cams, and if it's a V engine, they generally have 4 cams. It makes them more efficient, but of course, it also makes them wear out faster, cost a ton more money to rebuild when they need rebuilding. So, as most things, some things get better, the gas mileage and the power, but then the repair prices go up. So in the olden days, you could buy used cars and you could drive them and fix them reasonably cheaply. You can't do it with modern cars. When they're old, if they are wearing out, a lot of times you just say goodbye to the car rather than do the engine over because it costs too much money to do it right. Corrupted Forever says, I bought a Pontiac Firebird 86 V6. Needs a tune-up and other stuff. I bought it for $900. Should I keep it or resell it? What do you think? Now, if you really like the car and you're happy with that V6 engine lack of power, go ahead and keep it. If it looks in good shape, if the body's not rotted or something. Because it's a V6. The V6 does not have resale value. Everybody wants the V8s and those Firebirds. And since you don't have the V8, you're not going to get that much money if you fix it all up and then sell it. But if you like the way that it is, be happy with it and drive it around and fix it up. Just realize you don't want to put a bunch of money into that thing because being a V6, never going to be worth all that much money. G Tulip says, how often do you recommend changing transfer case oil on an SUV? I advise changing it every 40,000 miles or so, regardless of what people say. Fluid doesn't cost much. A transfer case to replace one or rebuild it costs thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in any modern vehicle. Changing the fluid is a good thing. Now, I know a lot of these companies now say, it's a lifetime fluid. Ask the engineers what they mean by a lifetime fluid. I have. And you know what they mean? Well, it's good for the lifetime of the transfer case or the transmission itself. And I'm like, okay, well, what's that? Well, it depends on how they wear. I said, well, what's the warranty? They'll say, well, the warranty's 50,000 miles. Well, so I'm going to change the fluid every 40 myself. Maybe it'll go 200 or 300,000 and not just chance it. And then after, when it gets 100, it breaks. And they say, well, now it's broken. You change the fluid and the transfer case. Those things are expensive. Extreme Recluse Fellow says, what's your favorite repair manual? Well, I like the alldata.com, the internet website. I'm a professional mechanic, so I have the subscription to all the cars that are in it, and it's an excellent information system. If you do your own cars, there's alldataDIY.com, which is $20-something a year. You get one car at a time, and then it's $20 for extra cars. It's the same information I'm getting, only you can only get one car at a time instead of all of them. I used to use books all the time, but now you hardly ever see anybody making them again because the problem is there are all these different models come out. Somebody has to get the book, and they have to get one of those models, and they have to take it all apart and take all the pictures and show the stuff. That is so labor intensive. And then hardly anybody buys books anymore. They don't make any money, so almost all of that stuff is going to online. That's just the way it is. People aren't into books much anymore. Go online. You know, if you got an older vehicle, sure, go get an old book that Kilmer or somebody made. They were excellent books, but like I say, they're not making that many of them anymore.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.